Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Landmark Kids Mystery Monday. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Director Brown. It's definitely a pleasure to meet you. Well, before we get started, let's jump right into a big and very important case. This case involves us being in the beautiful continent of South America, but I need your help. So we're gonna have to go through a few key things before I can get that help, okay? So let's do it. First things first. Let's go through our secret case, secret door, accessing. Welcome in, come on in, let's go. Second thing is, now we're in a secret lab. Everything I'm about to share with you is top secret, so please keep it close to heart. Here's our team members. We got Kelly, Jimmy, Aaron, and Natalie. They'll help us around the case of each of the different countries we're about to go to. Please note, one of the key things you're going to need to do is look out for them. If you see them, put down in the chat which slide you see them on. That'll be very, very important along the way. Okay, so first things first, Sandy Spy. Sandy Spy has been going around the globe taking things that are not hers. Not only is she so sleuthy, but she has all the different people around the world unable to catch her, and we need your help. So this is what we're going to do. Help me catch Sandy Spy. There's going to be different set points around the globe that I need your help on. So here we go. First off, the trophy from the World Cup is missing. What's the World Cup? The World Cup is the biggest football competition in the world. It happens every 4 years. And one of the key things about it is there's a fancy trophy that you can see to the right that is given to the winning country from that World Cup. There's a male World Cup and a female World Cup, and they're different years, every 2 years. Well, one country has won the most World Cups in the history of the World Cup. What country is that? Can you guess? Put in the chat which country you think it is. I'll give you a few seconds. All right, let's teleport there and figure out which one it is. If you said Brazil, you were definitely correct. Brazil has won 5 World Cups, which, if you think about it, is a lot because they happen every 4 years. Not only is Brazil won 5 World Cups, the guy to the left won 3 of them for his team. So here we go. Let's talk through these individuals. There's so many to talk about because Brazil is well known for its soccer abilities, but we'll just name these 3. To the left, Pelé. Pelé is considered the number 1 best soccer player in the world in his lifetime. Not only is he like the Michael Jordan of soccer, but he, like I said before, has won 3 World Cups, which no other person on the world has ever done. Next, we have Marta. Marta is considered the best female soccer player ever. Not only has she hasn't won a World Cup, but she's won a lot of other things, and she just retired recently. So there's a chance for someone else, but I promise you it's going to take a while. Third is Neymar, and you believe it or not, each one goes by their only one name. Neymar is known to be the most prolific soccer scorer in history. Not only is he from Brazil, and he has a lot of other people who can be really good at a lot of things, but he has scored more goals, close to 80 goals internationally alone. Next, let's go to the rainforest. The Amazon rainforest is the biggest rainforest in the world. It's over 200 million square miles, and it covers multiple countries besides Brazil. You have Colombia, you have Peru, and you have a few others as well. But one of the cool things about it is the biodiversity. This right here is a toucan, as you can tell by its beak, and you probably can tell from your cereal box. But toucans are known to eat berries and small rodents and lizards and things like that. But they are one of the many different types of animals you'll find in the rainforest. Unfortunately, the rainforest is being really attacked. Because of deforestation or people illegally or legally cutting down too much wood in the rainforest for it to replenish itself, there's many concerns, and many people are advocating to protect the rainforest because it will impact the world, not only because of temperature and other things like that, but also the biodiversity as well. Then we have Christ the Redeemer. Christ the Redeemer is one of the tallest statues of its kind in the world, and from its type, it is the tallest. One of the cool things about the Christ Redeemer, it's about 94 feet tall and about 92 feet wide. And it is one of the most iconic statues known for Rio de Janeiro, which is where it's at. Millions of people around the world come to visit the statue every single year, and it's one of the great attractions. If you ever get a chance to go to Brazil, you definitely have to see this statue. And Fijoada, which is kind of like feijoa, which is close to the term for Portuguese for beans, is one of the most popular dishes in Brazil. Usually it's cooked with different types of meats like beef or pork, but it is common all over the different country, and it is something very, very tasty if you eat meat. So check out feijoada. It is a very popular Brazilian dish. What? I think I just got a message. Give me 1 second. Okay? It seems like Sandy Spy is no longer in Brazil, so we have to keep going. Can you help me out? Okay. Where can you find this instrument? I'll give you a few seconds to figure it out. Which country can you find this instrument? I'll tell you more about the instrument soon. Don't you worry. But is it Canada, Peru, Germany, or Kenya? Think about it. Still thinking? Okay. The answer is Peru. It's called a pan flute. It's one of the wind instruments. It's actually found in other countries around the world anciently, but as it relates to South America, the Incas and other ancient Indian groups or indigenous groups use this instrument as a very much way to express themselves. Each one of the different pipes, depending on the size, creates a different sound, which makes a very beautiful types of music. It's called a pan flute. Definitely check that out. Okay, let's go. So we're now in Peru. One of the most famous structures in Peru, hands down, is called Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is about 7,000 feet high, and it's located in the Andes Mountains, which is the mountain range in South America. The large one, actually, in South America. It was built by the Incas in the 15th century, though it was abandoned a number of years afterwards. No one knows why it was abandoned, and there's a lot of understanding of wondering why it was built in the first place. Some of the reasons have been for astrology, for religious reasons, for being safety, but there's many speculations, but it is one of the most well-preserved structures of its kind. And did you know each of the stones that are put together don't use mortar, or there's no type of like concrete in between? It's actually all the stones are well cut together, so they keep themselves preserved, and they've done this for thousands of years. Llamas. I know you love llamas. Llamas are domesticated cousins to camels. And not only are llamas really, really cool, but they are cool in the sense that they can help you carry a lot of things, but they also can give you milk, and they can also give you clothing from their fur. It's a very, very popular animal that's been utilized for hundreds of years, and it's something that you would really, really be cool to check out. Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca is predominantly in Peru, but also shares parts of it in Bolivia, the country next door. Lake Titicaca is really, really cool. If you look at this picture, you'll see this indigenous group that lives on man-made islands in the middle of the water. And they have boats they do as well that are made of straw, and they use different types of tar to help it float. These islands, again, are scattered all over the place. They're called Uchu is the group. And one of the cool things about Lake Titicaca is the highest navigated lake in the world. So if you ever want to go really, really high and have a really, really fun time, check out Lake Titicaca. So what do people in Peru like to eat? Ceviche. Ceviche is almost like it's like a fish dish. It usually comes with types of yams, onions, definitely fish, corn, and other types of foods, but it definitely has a little tangy flavor to it, and it's one of the national dishes of Peru. Okay, 1 second. Oh, it seems like Sandy's spy got away again, so she's not here any longer. So we gotta figure out where she's at. Okay, this is what just came in. What country is this? I'll give you a few seconds to guess. What country is this? Clue. It's the second biggest country in South America. Go for it. Did you figure it out? The answer is, let's go. Argentina. Argentina, like I said earlier, is the second biggest country in South America. And one of the things that makes Argentina actually unique is 95% of Argentinians say that their lineage comes from Europe, which is different from any other country in South America. Also, here's Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires, which means good air in English, is the capital of Argentina, and it's also the largest port in South America. Believe it or not, they have their own version of the Washington Monument in their downtown area. Did you know there's penguins in Argentina and also Chile and a few other places around? I didn't know that until some years back, but the Magellanic penguins, are one of the penguins you'll find. They're named after Magellan, who helped explore and who's one of the first people to describe them in writing. But they are also well known and navigate and very, very popular species of penguins in Argentina. You might not know this, but the famous dance tango actually comes from Buenos Aires and Argentina. Tango, which was created really by the working class at the time, was a way to express themselves, and it has influenced music around the world, and it's one of the most popular music to ever be created. Here you see some kids practicing their moves for tango. Asado. Asado is really like a Spanish way of saying barbecue. So one of the cool and one of the big important exports from Argentina is beef. And so they really, really like the meat. So if you look at that beef right there, that right there is just an example of what you could get if you were to have asado in Argentina. There she is! Okay, cool. Let me just send a message. Okay, awesome. We have authorities going to catch her in the neighborhood somewhere in Buenos Aires. Awesome, agents. I am so appreciative of your help, and I'm glad you were able to help us not only figure out where she was, but also helped us get to each of the countries that we need to do in a timely fashion. But don't worry, there's another case coming up next week in a different continent, and I really will need your help. In the meantime, don't forget to check us out at www.thelandmarkkids.com if you want to continue the adventure. And we are so glad you came, and we would love to see you again next week. All right, thank you so much, agents. This is Director Brown, and I'm signing off.